What's up, everybody? OpTicSwoosh here with a brand new and really awesome build for the Technomancer. As y'all can see, I'm already level 30. Haven't really done too much with my world tier. Got another 3 levels off before I hit max. But let's go ahead and show you a couple things. So of course everybody who's had this game for at least a couple days should know about world tiers. The higher you go, the better off your stuff is. Right now I'm on 12, enemy levels plus 9, drop item levels plus 9, legendary drop rate modifier bonus plus 375, and then a loot rarity modifier of 350. I'm trying to go high as I can because, as you can tell, each reward for unlocking shows a legendary weapon starting from 12 going up to 15. Plus the wearable item level cap jumps up as well. But that's not why we're here. Let's get into the reason why we're here. So as you can see, level 30, 40.6k firepower, 19.1 anomaly power. And for those who've played for a little bit, and some of the streamers will probably end up seeing this and look at it and be like, okay, that's pretty neat. Watch what happens when I swap over to Grip Marrow. Nice little boost, nothing too crazy. So my loadout for this, before we get into the actual build, is the Grim Marrow. I keep the Singularity on it. I put on a Tier 2 Anomaly Enhancement. So you do get a passive firepower boost equal to 30% of your anomaly power. So my Grim Marrow right now, I boosted that up last night, is at 40, 20.7k firepower. Well, the boost that I get with all of my skills and everything else jumps it up another 21.4k, essentially multiplying it by 103%. Next gun is Thunderbird. There was a second skill on the bottom of that underneath the Ultimate Storm Whip, but I figured it's a Thunderbird, so we're going to be killing everything that we possibly can with lightning bolts. Think of Pikachu from Pokemon. So, boosted everything up, level 40 Thunderbird, Ultimate Storm Whip. Shots bring down lightning on an enemy, dealing 85-18 damage every second. Tier 2 does the same damage, it only happens every 2 seconds. Which means, after every 2 seconds, you're doing essentially 17,000 damage on a single shot to an enemy. And this is a 40 clip size with almost 1,000 damage as it is. And then this here is just a throwaway weapon. I like it. I do like the speed. But I'm not a big fan of like the pistols until I get like something that does like, I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000 per shot. Now, as a Technomancer, I run a blighted rounds build. I run spare mag. So skills effective for an additional magazine before triggering the cooldown, which when I run that I usually run Grim Marrows. It's got 80. Plus an extra 50% mag according to the build, so it's 120 altogether. 240 rounds on top of that. And then we have mitigation from death. Killing enemies while aiming down sights grants 9,640 points of armor for 10 seconds. Now, that armor does stack 3 times. And with the boost that I have on this for my armor, that's essentially 20. So pretty much my armor will double if I get 3 kills within 10 seconds and continue to get those kills. So I'm pretty much a walking tank along with my health. For the chest piece, we have no pain, no gain. When the skill ends, 40% of damage dealt by the skill is turned into healing and spread equally among allies. Now, because of the build, I'm doing probably 12 to 15k a shot, and that's with Thunderbird only. When I do this, it's about anywhere from like 8 to 10. So 8 to 10k per shot times 240, we'll just say the entirety of your health bar will fill. Also run it with Achilles Heel. Increase your critical damage by 50% of your resistance piercing. Now, as I am a noob and not a pro streamer like all these other people, I don't look too much into the extras except for maybe critical damage and then what everything else is in front of me here, like firepower, anomaly power, health, and armor. I don't care too much about any of that. Then I get to these, to the leggings. Damage Absorber. Increases your armor by another 9,800 and resistance by 10. Armor is mainly for physical attacks, and resistance, of course, is for your status effects as well as any kind of like lightning, burn, bleed. Like that damage will be reduced by that 10%. And then, of course, Vein Ripper. My critical shots, not kills, inflict bleed on enemies, which is disgusting. Then we get to the Yaruk or Tara's gloves. Critical analysis. Blighted rounds, and so it increases critical damage by 30%. Again, 240 rounds, pretty much 120 rounds, double mag. It's going to do a lot of damage. And then, of course, we have Radical Therapy. Because I run a Blighted Rounds build, this is mainly focused on Toxic and slowly bringing down the enemy's health with just regular Toxin that heals me, while I'm focus firing other things to keep this moving. This does deal 15% more damage against enemies afflicted by Toxic. And then we have Assassin's Boots. Trick up the sleeve. When the skill's active, your killing shots grant you 30% extra bullets in your mag. This is where the build gets really, really beefy. The reason that I've stopped here in my quest or my little mission is because the enemies that are spawned are little punk ads. So you can shoot them with a 120 round mag and get 30% of your stuff back. So with one Blighted Rounds activation, I almost never have to reload. If I do, it's because there's no small ads, or it's the boss is so tanky and I've pretty much killed everything. And then I kind of want to rework the second part of that, but we'll figure this. I'll figure this one out later. Perseverance munitions. Whenever your health drops below 30%, you increase your firepower by 2705 for 5 seconds. Well, considering how for a Technomancer your armor really doesn't help too much. Like you're not really a tank class, you're more a support class. So if you run solo, this is a very good one for you because your firepower goes up, which in turn lets you do an ass ton of damage. Now, all of these are fantastic. However, what I like to use it with is the Grim Marrow. So we already went over the anomaly enhancement. The other one here is Singularity. Killing shots create an anomaly singularity. When destroyed, the singularity explodes, dealing 53,000 damage to enemies within a 6.5 meter radius. 6-second activation. Not a problem. Well, if you kill something with the Blighted Rounds, and you get that trick up your sleeve thing, so you get the 30% extra bullets on top of that singularity that you can shoot and pop, with all the enemies and everything near you, does a shit ton of damage. Same thing kind of works with the double lightning bolts. If you kill him with the bullet, then you get it back. If you kill him with the lightning bolt, it doesn't count as a Blighted Rounds kill. So it's a hit or miss with the Thunderbird. But Grim Marrow is definitely a weapon you guys are going to want to keep if you get it. For me, I went ahead and I maxed out crit damage, skills life leech, and close range damage on this gun. People have asked me why close range damage versus further away. Well, 90% of these enemies in the areas that I've been farming the world tiers in will rush you. The closer the range, they close the gap. The closer the range, the more damage you're going to do. Plus, the closer they get, once you kill one, you shoot the singularity, everything around it dies. So there's no real reason to not have that on that gun. Thunderbird, same thing, crit damage, status power. What's up, James Ben? Welcome to the stream. And then we have Torment and Agony. Of course, shots mark your enemies. When reloading, you deal 3 times your weapon damage to every marked enemy. Marks are removed when you change your weapon. So if I really wanted to boost this up to 40, and maybe get some more titanium, then I could do that. And that damage would probably be closer to 700, maybe 800, depending on how the stacks go with Torment and Agony. And then I got this one last night, the Voodoo Matchmaker. Gives you the vulnerability bullets and then the ultimate damage link, which 40% of the weapon damage and 20% of the anomaly damage is shared. And on higher tiers, it's amazing. It generally makes it so you can almost 2-tap enemies. But that's enough about this part. Let's move on over to the skills. So for me, I like running blighted rounds. Fill your current weapon magazine with decay-infused bullets that inflict toxic on enemies. Enemies within a small radius of the main target also receive toxic and 50% of damage. Skill lasts until you reload or switch weapons. So with all the boost to this that I have, it is very, very powerful. It to the point where if I die, it's because my lack of Dark Souls, dodge rolling out of the way, and not due to the damage. Fixing Wave. Of course, release your energy to restore 33% of health to all players and 50% of health to your turrets. So, this is the one that I use when I'm doing co-op, and sometimes I'll just keep it on in case I'm low on health and I'm just decide that, who cares? I'll pop it, heal myself, and keep moving. And then Blighted Turret. This is where Blighted Rounds and Blighted Turret are the reason that this build exists. So, place an automated turret that deals 956 damage and inflicts toxic on enemies. The turret's health depletes slowly over time and when it takes damage. If you have that, and you have Fixing Wave, even though the turret's health goes down, you pop that, it goes right back up, and it can stay out as long as it needs to. This, for me, because of my build, has a 6.2 activation time. I can throw these things out more than I can shoot bullets out of my gun. It's pretty insane. Now, here is the class setup. Start you off with the regular Technomancer. Melee skill. Deal 4203 damage and inflict freeze to all enemies within a small radius. And then the healing mechanic for this one. As the tech, you recover a portion of the damage you deal as health. It increases long-range weapon damage by 15%, skill leech by 15, and weapon leech by 15. Meaning that your skills will heal you, your weapon damage will heal you, and you'll pretty much be an invincible asshole. I say pretty much because bigger enemies will knock you down. It's kind of funny. Now, I had started going down when I first got this, thinking, okay, ordnance skills go down because I was using miniguns, I was using rocket launchers. I'm just like, it worked for me because it kept me alive. But then me and DySrFrost got together. He's another not so well known YouTuber. He started his channel like a little while ago. Hasn't really kicked off here. But me and him play this game a lot. He said, let's try something different. So we collaborated for a little bit. I told him what my build was, he told me what his build was, so I tried his build. I changed a couple of things here and there, which I'll point out in the video. So we start off with BR8 Impact Amplifier. Increase your weapon damage by 8%. Flat boost, very nice, very strong right out the gate. Next one, reduce your decay skills cooldown by 15. So this is where we get into the Blighted Rounds and the Blighted Turret. So that 10, 15, second skill, that's nice little 15% off. Then armor piercing goes up by 10%. Drill coating. From here we go down. BLSTM Havoc Nexus. Increase your critical damage by 15%. Then we go to Exposing Toxin, which every part of this build is meant to delete enemies. Every time toxic is inflicted on an enemy, vulnerable status is inflicted as well. And mark for execution. Vulnerable afflicted on an enemy is 40% more effective. So let's say vulnerability takes away 50% of their armor, or 50% of their resistance. That's an extra 40% off. And then of course little things to keep you alive like max health plus 10%, and then armor plates. Now, getting back to the drill coding, we go to Toxicologist. Toxic inflicted on enemies lasts 30% longer, which is a huge help for keeping yourself alive. Then we go to another BR8 Impact Amplifier, nice little weapon damage boost. Then we go to Purge. Enemies afflicted with Toxic receive 10% more damage. Then another BR8. Then we go up to Assault Master. My build is mainly assault weapon damage. Increase your assault weapon damage by 20%. Increase the assault weapon drop chance by 20%. And it'll tell you, assault rifle, light machine gun, submachine gun, and double gun all count as assault weapons. So yes, submachine guns are not in their own class. They are classified in this game as an assault weapon. Then we go up. We go increase assault weapon damage by another 12%. Do another drill coating. Get that armor piercing up. Take down the big guys. Sharpshooter. Increase your long range weapon damage by 30%. Which assault rifles do count as long range. Now, here's where we differ. Frost likes two sides of the power. Increased damage received from all sources by 15% and dealt by 20%. Me, on the other hand, I don't like taking more damage if I don't have to. So, he may get that 20% damage boost, but he's also taking more damage. I changed it. Increase your anomaly power by 4% for each unlocked BRB Impact Amplifier node. We have 3 of these, so that's an extra 12% anomaly power, which, if you're higher up in the world tier, it will be a lot more effective, and you'll be able to see it a lot stronger than you would any other time. Then we come down to Sharpshooter, UT14 clips. This is where the 50% magazine size increase comes in. Love it. Love everything about it. Does a shit ton. It just helps you with the damage, helps keep you alive. Then we go to Purge, which, by the way, I have found out these two do stack. So you get 10% more damage here, 30% more damage here for a 40% overall toxic damage increase. And then, of course, because it's Pestilence, we just finished off here. Activating decay skills increase weapon damage for you and your allies by 40% for 10 seconds. So the way that it works is you throw the turret first. After activating your decay skill, once the damage boost runs out on decay, throw the turret. Turret activates, you get another 40% weapon boost, and you just keep going from there. And considering my blighted turret comes out every 6.2 seconds, I could spam that button all day. That 10% or that 40% damage boost every 10 seconds lasts as long as I feel like it. Now, you can see here I'm on the Hunter Wendigo step. Track down the creature near the gate, kill the Wendigo. I am rocking Thunderbird right now. Got all my skills, I got everything situated. And this is World Tier 12. If you're unaware, one more time, the enemies are plus 9 levels. They have a nice significant health pool. They have a nice decent armor boost. But you get 9 level higher weapon and you can wear those weapons. I'm only going over this again because of what's about to happen. Okay. Okay, run over here. Okay, Wendigo should drop down. Without and this is just assault weapon. This is not with the blighted rounds yet. See, pop that one low. And that's gonna happen. There we go. Okay, now that I got that reset, now let's do it the right way. Now to pop that. He's gone. Yeah, you're gone. Where'd you go? What's happening? Anomaly. Yeah, shoot, get on, who cares? 100,000. 100,000 damage on that anomaly pop. And with the Grim Arrow, of course, you get the nice stability boost. Pop that. This also helps a lot with the toxic as well, because the way to get rid of toxic is actually heal it. See? Didn't even break a sweat. And even though my clip is 120, every time I kill an enemy, it goes up and up and up. This is where it gets fun. Ready? Throw that. Health goes down. Still going down. Having a great old time. Alright, so I didn't get to show you this because the Wendigo was an asshole, but this is a level 12 world boss. Motherfucker. First. Let's say anomaly rounds are... No, it hit me. Done. That's world tier 12. Wait for it. Oh. Why are you running? Oh, man. Oh, man. And for those who have this game and don't know, you can also press down on the D-pad if you're playing on a PS4. And I believe it works on Xbox as well. And you can auto-reload your stuff, depending on what you're playing. And that's it. No real sweat broken. I still am on my first clip, or my first actual activation of Blighted Rounds, and at the end of this it shows I've only lost 6 bullets, even though I fired about 300. I'm perfectly healed up, I'm happy, there's no issue, and if I wanted to, I could probably run through this again, and go ahead and piss a lot of people off. Let's go and do a wanted mission. And now for those who do not know, some of these missions, if you do, let's say, all the hunts or all the target missions, when you go to turn the last one in, they'll give you an option of, you know, picking your weapons, and then after that, they give you a free legendary. They don't let you pick the legendary, but you do get a free one. James, I'm not throwing more grenades. We talked about this. I'm not Lord Shax, and I never will be.
Well, this should be interesting.
Hey, look, James, it's you. just without the ponytail.
Might as well put my skills to good use.
His name is Blitzkrieg, too. Done. Abraham Blitzkrieg Creighton. So this build worked great on the actual beast enemies. I know they have an actual name, but I don't care. James, if you want more explosions, then we'll have to go to a Pyromancer, which Pyromancers are really good for AoE, but Technomancers are great for keeping everything together. Plus the healing skill has an infinite range. So if you got a buddy that's halfway across the map going, I'm gonna die, you can pop it from the beginning of the area, and it would still get to them. This one, oh yeah, trappers. Yeah, these guys are fun. All right, hop right around. Done. Done. And they suck. Oh look, they're hurting me. Oh, here you go. Oh, he's dead. Go with that. There. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these bosses right now, on the level that I'm at, they don't stand a chance. We went through. Oh yeah, here you go. Here's Blitzkrieg. So he's backhands, right? Build him up. Freeze him. 10k for a headshot, who cares? Oh no, I'm running low on ammo. Over here. That. Irritate the shit out of him. Eh, fuck it, throw a turret or two. Now we're just not gonna reload if I want to, still have a second mag. And he's got barely any health bar left. Hell. Usually shreds bosses. Like I said, my shit's not high enough yet. And plus, I am nowhere as good as like half of the streamers playing this game. But, not terrible. Not terrible. High five. Just because I'm that guy. And compared to a lot of the other weapons and builds that I've seen on YouTube from other streamers, this one does the most damage at this time. Now, the company that actually made Outriders they could add extra stuff, and oh yeah, they could add extra stuff, they could move some stuff around, maybe change the meta, but this game's only been out for a week, so to find something like this and actually have it work is pretty shocking. Double chest. Gotta love the Titan Slam. Oh, and yeah. No, trust me, dude. I know you can make shit explode with a Technomancer. There's a skill, I believe it's called, well, there's a legendary, like you would call them in Borderlands 3, or an exotic, as you would call it in Destiny 2, called the Icebreaker. And it has a skill that once you freeze something, if you get like a critical shot or you actually kill them outright while they're frozen, they explode violently. And I'm talking about head, guts, everything just pops right the hell clean off. But yep, just want to showcase pretty much what this build can do. Kind of wish we had a PvP mode so I could show that as well, but it is very powerful. Alright. You guys have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.